जी दोस्तों की हाल चाल है, ठीक ठाक हो? ये आ गए जी अस्सी सामने आवे अज तुहानू विखाने जी यूके दे पिंड। चेक करो जी यूके का पिंड है जी, छोटा जिहा विलेज लाइफ ऑफ यूके। चेक करो जी रोड देखो किड़े किड़े माशाल्लाह ने हैवी बनाए। देखो जी ब्रिज है जी, काफ़ी पुराना है इन्होंने पिंड वाले का। चेक कर सकते हो पिंड का माहौल। लो जी मोबाइल ला रही स्टैंड पर, क्योंकि अगे अस चढ़न लगे मोटरवे तक थोड़ा जहा करोड़ आ उत्थे। चलो मोबाइल तो ला के सुने स्टैंड पर। ट्रैफिक कभी ही नहीं है, ट्रैफिक हो गई। धूप से निकली, टेम्परेचर भी मेरा रात 8 तक पहुँच गया। साढ़ा इसका ब्लॉग काफ़ी लम्बा तो नहीं होने लगा, बाकी जितना भी है थोड़ा चेक करें।
Good Lord, someone call me up a double shot of whiskey.
Goodness,
I think one of you two should get down here tomorrow and we'll see how.
What do you want to see? How many? Yeah. The height of Owen in. Hang on.
He's still on his knees at the moment, so yeah. I think he is, yes.
Hang on. So.
Are we who's two?
Just so.
Just how I feel. That's just how I feel. I'm gonna try it outside. Shoot white, teeth cold, get white. You know what it gets like? Dance floor. Oh my, good Lord. I don't dance, but I can shake a leg. I want two-step Billy. Everybody at the bar dances.
Mint chats between now and Friday as well, because we're still trying to figure out all the fun things that we can.
Don't control your life, that's just how I feel.
From Brandy and Ray J on a summer's day or a summer.
I could now take this profile with my jewels on an everyday thing. My rose gold wrist, this an inspiration.
Hey, Richie's got.
About it. It's interesting that Victoria Newton, who is the editor of The Sun at the moment, has built her own reputation to a level where the palace feel comfortable doing this. None of us question that Prince William has become a proper football fan, a proper Aston Villa fan. So it allows him to talk to the Sun and therefore the country about something he loves, and that is wonderful, soft power. Basically, I think it works really, really well, and I think it's a really interesting use of his love of football.
Yeah, I agree. And here's a little insight. There is a traditional, apparently, connection between Eton and Aston Villa. And if you go to Eton, apparently, you're more likely to support Aston Villa. But here's a little story about that, because I think, David, you and I would agree you have to be very careful of what we call fandom. And David Cameron, another Etonian, had what he called brain fade when he confused, wait for this, West Ham and Aston Villa in 2015 during the election campaign. He said, I'd rather you supported West Ham, which is odd if you're an Aston Villa fan. And then going back quite a way, but it's a great story, in the 1978 FA Cup final, I'm sure you remember it well, Arsenal versus Ipswich, wrong result for my team. Margaret Thatcher went to her first ever FA Cup final. And she was interviewed, asked after the match what she thought of the match. And she said, as quick as a flash, I thought the Ipswich number 10, David Geddes, was brilliant. The only problem was he was in the programme but didn't play because he was injured last minute. So I have to say, just finish by saying, Gordon Brown, of all the people I worked for, really, really loved his football and was incredibly knowledgeable about it. And do not ever try and catch him out on Wraith Rovers because he knows everything about it. But I think the semi-serious point is, I don't know if you agree, is that if you're going to talk about football, make sure you know what you're talking about because it is easy to be found out.
I think that's absolutely right. If you're going to talk about football in this country, to the sun, you really have got to know your stuff. And it would have been a disaster if he got anything wrong. And he didn't get anything wrong. And it shows that even in the 21st century, the Sun is a superb route to market because although the story appeared first in the Sun, we all know about it. It was on the BBC, it was picked up by every other newspaper. So the Sun still works as a way of disseminating a message in this country.
Well, that's it from both of us.